Hello and welcome to Mixed Media Menagerie for September. This month we have guest artist Tracy Ville Art on Instagram. All of her links and info will be in the description below. We also have ephemera kits that were given to us by a house of books, which I'm gonna unpack and kind of show off here all the goodies that were inside. A house of books has an ephemera subscription package that you can get, which I believe is what this is, where you have a bunch of different goodies every month that you get, and then they also have things kind of a la carte you can buy. They have books and fabrics and different things, so the link to them will be in the description below as well. This month's theme is we are using leaves, tags, and masking tape. So masking tape, tags, and then the theme of leaves. So first I'm going to start, as I always do, with putting some of the papers that we got, gluing them to the background, and then putting some gesso over, and doing some scribbling into the gesso. So it is September now, so I'm starting to feel those fall kind of vibes taking over a little bit. So, and also our theme for the month is leaves, which kind of gives off, those fall vibes. So I am using some turquoise, eggplant, and Sedona, Dina Wakley media colors, and also some white fluid acrylic. And I'm just going to, I started with the dry brush for the turquoise because I didn't want it to kind of mix with everything else as much. And I'm just kind of, doing random splotches everywhere and kind of mixing everything together. But I wanted that turquoise to kind of just peek through rather than be like a main part, I guess, of the color scheme. So I just love how this background ended up, because you know me, I love the color mixing and splotches and drippies and stuff like that. So I am going to put some masking tape in random places. Something that I maybe could have done under the gesso as well, but I'm going to kind of put it in random places on the spread, and then I'm going to stamp with Scribble sticks and NeoColor 2 crayons onto the background. This stamp is like a leaf stamp from one of the new Dina Wakley releases, and it's one of my actually one of my current favorite stamps. So the reason I'm using the Scribble sticks and NeoColors instead of the like acrylic, like watered down acrylic or whatever, is just I like the way that it dries. It kind of dries like, because it's water soluble, so it kind of dries like watercolor, and gives just a different, less opaque kind of vibe. Now I will say the NeoColor is slightly more vibrant, I guess, than the Scribble stick. I think there's maybe a little bit more pigment or something like that, but you can definitely see it better. It might also just be the color that I chose. So now I'm going to take the tags, and I have some of these stamps that I had made, carved during fodder school, and they're little leaves, so I'm kind of taking those and just decorating the tag with them. And we're also going to add some color to the tags with some paint and coffee and gesso. And I think for whenever we have a theme, I find myself like, I guess, giving myself the excuse to do a little bit extra than I normally would. So like, for example, this month's part of it is tags. So instead of just using like one tag on the spread, as you maybe would normally do, I have decided to use 4. So I'm kind of, like I said, going a little overboard because I think it's fun. That's part of the fun of the challenge for me, is to really, you know, kind of do it up. So I'm just adding color to the tags. You could definitely, and probably I should have, did some clear gesso or regular gesso over the tags, just to so it didn't absorb as much water, I guess, but oh well. And then I'm taking some of the pieces of fabric that we got from House of Books, and I'm trying to use that to make a like the little tie thing for the tag. So I felt like the green was a little too yellowy, so I decided to add some coffee, and then to continue just fussing with the tags, I'm adding some gesso along the edges. And you can see I have these other little Tim Holtz tags over here that I'm going to use as well. And then some Dina Wakley tissue, printed tissue. So I'm using masking tape instead of glue to add my tags as the focal point. Now I'm doing that for the bottom tags, but then I'm going to add the top tags differently. So here I'm just kind of trying to figure out how I want to layer my different pieces and which part I want my focal point to be, and so on and so forth. So I decided I wanted to try and incorporate the masking tape I used on the tags a little better. So I'm just doing some flowy acrylic painting on top of those areas, and doing some turquoise splatters. And then I also pulled out, this is a color that I didn't use originally, but kind of goes with the scheme. I pulled out yellow, I think it's yellow ochre? No, it's raw sienna, Liquitex, and I am going to use some of that to add some splatters and just a little bit of extra color. So as I was looking at the spread, I felt like it needed a little bit of something more, so I decided to pull out this botanical doodle that I had done and kind of add that in there, and then take some pen, my black pen, and just make some lines. It doesn't change a whole lot, but it just adds a little bit extra. But that is it. I hope you enjoyed the theme for the month and feel inspired to play along with us. Make sure you use the hashtags, and we'll have them linked in the description below. And I hope that you play along, and I can't wait to see what you make. Thanks for watching.